The BBC, the British brainwashing corporation, are finally getting sued by Donald Trump. Here we have a brand new news article from yesterday saying that the BBC edited a Donald Trump speech making him appear people to encourage the Capitol Hill riots, storming the Capitol, according to an internal whistleblower memo seen by the Telegraph. I mean, this is a landslide news. Hopefully the BBC go bankrupt, because Donald Trump has all the money in the world behind him. He will absolutely bury the BBC, guys. I can't wait to see it. It says a panorama program broadcast a week before the US election completely misled viewers by showing the president telling supporters he was going to walk to the Capitol with them to fight like hell. Ooh, you screwed up big time, BBC. You guys should be in jail. You led us with misinformation and disinformation. In Ireland, we put you in jail for that. In the UK, you all go to jail. Hopefully the CEO goes to prison because of this. In fact, he said he would walk with them to peacefully and patriotically make their voices heard. So he didn't say anything like that at all. And Donald Trump has just found out about this, and he is going to sue them massively. This is going to be a great win for us on the right.
The BBC claims to be the pinnacle of impartial reporting. But what if there was an internal dossier that revealed that wasn't the case? The Telegraph has seen a letter that reveals one of the BBC's own independent advisors repeatedly warned that the broadcaster had serious and systemic problems.
I could have
A
told
week
you that.
before the US election, BBC Panorama released a documentary called Trump: A Second Chance, and in it, they played the following clip.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell.
But Trump didn't in fact say this at all. The BBC spliced together two clips that took place 54 minutes apart. So let's go through it again.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
Now, see there, between Capitol and, that's a cut.
Yep.
Here's what Trump actually said.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
It's different. It wasn't until nearly an hour later that he then said the second part of the BBC's version.
Yeah, because they're making him seem like he's encouraging violence and death upon the police, because I think 4 police officers died that day. Oh man, I can't wait. This is going to be epic, guys. I hope Trump sues the flipping socks off these lads.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we fight. We fight like hell.
There you go.
Now, it's true that a lot of people will still feel Trump's claims that in 2021 the election was stolen were entirely inappropriate and unbecoming of a figure in politics. But irrespective of your personal views on Trump, the question remains, how is a national broadcaster funded by taxpayers on the premise that it will provide impartial reporting allowed to splice together content in a way that one of its own advisors said materially misled viewers? But if members of its own editorial standards committee have no faith in the broadcaster, you have to ask, should we?
Absolutely not, guys. The BBC is the most corrupt news organization in the world, just shy of RTE, the main Irish broadcaster. If I was a member of the Irish public or the British public, I would never listen to anything the BBC or RTE ever says again, ever, for the rest of their lives. Because these people create stories. They don't report the news, they create the news. You understand, guys? A major difference right there. On top of it, look at this woke nonsense you have now being rolled out in the UK. Former Pfizer vice president warns us that the digital ID will be the last free decision you ever make. If there's a digital ID coming to Ireland, we are going to resist with everything we have. We are not going to let that come to Ireland. This digital ID is done for.
Up for digital ID, it'll be the last really important decision you make, because your digital ID will be the only thing that your governments, institutions, and anybody authorised by those holding power will recognise you through. So you won't exist anymore. You'll be replaced by a QR code. Wow. You are not a number. You're an address to some resources, and that makes it particularly dangerous because those resources can be edited, and one of those fields, for sure, will be your vaccination status.
Wow.
And I'm absolutely sure, because I've seen it written down in multiple documents, that your digital ID will only remain valid if you comply with the conditions of validity. So one of them will be, have you had your latest recommended or mandated jabs? And because of the fact that I'm qualified in toxicology and worked for decades with others in what's called rational drug design, when I look at these jabs, the constituents, I am certain, formally certain, that they were designed to hurt you.
Wow, crazy stuff. So yeah, unbelievable to show. Like, obviously we have that in Ireland as well. You know, people are talking about these excessive deaths. I mean, I think AstraZeneca, these other companies are being sued massively. So for sure, there's been a massive amount of suing and stuff for that shot in 2020. So crazy stuff. And people are starting to wake up. They stop calling you a conspiracy theorist. Because look at this. Now we have chemtrails. We have an Amazon Prime new documentary talking about chemtrails.
Check out the trailer to this new Amazon Prime documentary.
What I put into my mouth. I can control what I feed to my child. I can control how I grow my food and if I want to spray pesticides or not, but I cannot control the experiments over my head.
Within an hour,
True.
It spreads out, it creates a blanket.
We're in a war. This is a war against me, you, our children, our grandchildren, and generations to come. This is war raged upon us.
These programs consist of spraying tons of patented aerosol pollutants into our skies without public consent. This includes aluminum, barium, strontium, and more.
It's targeting your food, your water, and it's coming in multiple different ways.
You know, breathing in aluminium or aluminum, as they say in the US, it's like, that's not good, lads. That gives you cancer. A lot of these roll-on deodorants, I haven't used deodorant my entire life. I'll just be honest with you guys. Because men now, we're seeing a massive explosion in men getting breast cancer. Not only women. And most of the time when women get breast cancer, it's actually on the very nearest to the side with the aerosol can being sprayed or rolled on. And I think 99% of biopsies of breast cancer have aluminium in them, okay? So very, very dangerous stuff to have this aluminium in you. Now I use a deodorant. It's called it's like baking soda basically. It's like a natural deodorant, okay? So I do use deodorant, but I haven't used a aluminium deodorant ever in my life. Everyone used to use them in school. Lynx, that's all toxic. Lynx and all that stuff. Lynx Africa, that'll kill you, you know?
People want to know if this is a real thing. States have bills to ban it.
I think that, yeah, Florida banned it, actually. They banned the stuff that's being sprayed in the atmosphere. In Ireland, guys, it's like massive. You guys can see it during the summer. It's a beautiful, fine day, not a cloud in the sky. All of a sudden, these planes start flying over. You know, you can't track them. You can never see the planes on planetracker.com. And then all of a sudden, they're just flipping the whole cloud. It's cloudy then at nighttime, you know. When did it get so damn cloudy? It was a flipping fine day the whole time, you know. Crazy stuff.
There are now 32 states that have taken an attempt at this. This has become a huge issue.
If your average citizen knew the truth of what's going on and what they're being exposed to without their consent, they would be outraged and they would take action.
Yep.
I don't want some creep ramming chemicals down my throat without my permission.
We need to prosecute those people that are doing it.
Do we stand in one spot and say enough is enough, and if they don't listen, we take it to the next step?
You've been doing this for a while?
Yeah.
Long time. People do care.
Yeah.
We care deeply.
I know that.
So we're now getting really involved, and now we're going to bring something legal against your company.
Yeah. You know, they should sue the hell out of them. I mean, that's so illegal. I think it's destroying the atmosphere. You know, you have people that are flipping controlling the weather. We can see people that are doing cloud seeding, where they create clouds from these flipping machines. It's just bizarre stuff, guys. They're doing it on purpose, man. Absolutely crazy. And obviously, all of the conspiracy theorists like myself, since I was 14 years old, we're all correct. Who the hell knows? We're all correct. And the journalists, the BBC journalists, and the RT journalists, and the flipping CNN journalists, they're all wrong. Would you look at that? Hey, would you look at that? We're correct and they're wrong, because they're protecting the elites. Speaking of sick perversion as well, look at this, guys. This one was completely swept underneath the carpet. It says Shein vows to cooperate with France in sex doll investigation. They were selling child sex dolls. This is absolutely disgusting. Listen to this, guys. Online retailer Shein has pledged to fully cooperate with French judicial authorities after an uproar over selling childlike sex dolls and said it was prepared to disclose the names of people who bought them. Bro, what is happening? This is like some deep state. This is really freaky. And I knew this was happening. You know, obviously they have selling of people as well, but this is like, you're selling things that are for pedophiles and people like that, guys. It's awful stuff. The controversy comes as Shein is set to open its first bricks and mortar store in the world in the prestigious BHV department store in central Paris tomorrow. We will fully cooperate with judicial authorities, Shein spokesman in France, Quentin Ruffat, told RMC Radio, adding the company was prepared to share the names of those who bought the dolls. We will be completely transparent with authorities. We will put necessary safeguards in place to ensure that it does not happen again. The Paris prosecuting office said it opened investigations against Shein, which also rivals online retailers such as AliExpress, Temu, and Wish over the sale of sex dolls. So it says that they've opened investigations against AliExpress, Temu, and Wish. They're selling child sex dolls. Like, this is, guys, I wouldn't even know what they look like, but you can just use your imagination. This is for real pedophiles. The probes were for distributing messages that are violent, pornography, and improper and accessible to minors. So this is what the child sex doll looks like. What the hell is this shit, guys? This is sick.
Why have these childlike sex dolls landed Shein in trouble in France? Authorities there have said they could ban Shein's access to the French market if they ever resumed sale of these sex dolls with a childlike appearance.
Jesus.
The dolls were spotted on Shein's website, along with several other pornographic items, by the French consumer watchdog. The agency said there were no filtering measures to effectively limit access to this kind of content for minors or sensitive audiences. Shein said it pulled the products as soon as the issue was reported, and added that it is taking the matter extremely seriously. But the French finance minister has warned that if it happens again, it could stop Shein's access to the French market. And France's High Commissioner for Children has said she wants to hold those who purchase the dolls accountable, calling them potential predators. This has all happened just before
they're 100% potential predators. They're predators, absolutely.
Shein opens its first physical shop anywhere in the world, in Paris's historic BHV department store tomorrow.
This is done by the elites to show people that we're opening our first store, we're selling, you know, things for pedophiles. You can't do anything about it. This is what the elites do, guys. They give us messages like this. You understand? This is all frequencies. The frequency has changed now. Okay, they have Trump in office now. We have right-wing governments all over the world, conservative people pushing back against this left woke ideology. And this is left woke ideology. The selling of sex dolls is a left woke ideology. You know, they're making it now maps. Minor attracted persons, they're making it normal to be like this. You understand? The investigation was launched in France after an anti-fraud unit reported on Saturday that Shein, a Singapore-based company, which was originally found in China, was selling childlike sex dolls. Now, I think that it could be obviously a war sort of thing as well by China. They could be tracking who bought these dolls, and we're going to see who the pedophiles are in places like Europe. And you can kind of see this, right? French media published a photo of one of the dolls sold on the platform, accompanied by a sexually explicit caption. The picture doll measured around 80 centimeters in height and held a teddy bear. Just sick stuff, guys. Yesterday, Shein announced it was imposing a total ban on sex-type products. I don't even know what even is. I don't even know what it is, guys. This is weird, man. Disgusting stuff. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. I mean, crazy stuff happening in the world now. A few conspiracies right there, but hey, I'm a conspiracy expert because everything that I talk about comes true. And so does everybody else that talks about these conspiracies, because they're doing it en masse, on purpose, without you guys being even cared for, okay? I love you all. If you want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video, become a member for only €3 per month. Can help push back against this woke mainstream media, the Irish government, and everybody in between, guys. I'll see you all in the next one, man. Peace.